back with us now. Matt, I think you put it really well at 4. It feels like we're just stuck, essentially.
Yeah. That is really cool drone video, the hockey on the Columbia. I don't see that every winter, for sure. But we are a little bit stuck. Temperatures aren't moving a whole lot, so in some ways it's good. Things aren't getting worse, but they're not really improving very quickly either. Let's take you outside. This is a look from our Rose City Sky Camp. Temperature still sitting in Portland at 34 degrees. There is rain falling. Much of it is actually running off. I've seen running water on several streets here. Sometimes underneath that layer of ice and snow that accumulated is still hanging around, because with temperatures only topping out in the low to mid 30s, you just don't melt it very quickly. We're just barely above freezing, and some places like King City are a little below freezing. 32 in Troutdale right now, 34 over in Hillsboro. And again, the temperatures overnight won't change very much. Out of the gorge, keep playing hockey on the river. The temperatures, if you want to, temperatures are still down around 20 there. So the deep freeze continues in the gorge, and you'll get more icing tonight and some snow. You can see the freezing rain, though, extends right on over through the middle of Hood River County, basically. And right around Hood River, it begins to change on over back to snow from freezing rain. And then we've got these pockets of freezing rain embedded in the metro area and then along the coast range, too. We will see this precipitation come to an end later tonight. We're beginning to see the back edge of it out here. That'll push on through. So in that regard, things will improve. It's because we'll stop getting precipitation falling out of the sky. And by precipitation, I mean rain in the Portland area, occasionally falling into sub-freezing air and freezing on contact. But most of that freezing, most of the additional icing is happening on elevated surfaces, as I've been saying, your car windows, your mirrors, your railways or walkways and guardrails along any walkway. So that's where we're seeing most of the icing right now. But you know what? It's close enough for a winter weather advisory with these temperatures down around freezing and the potential for some additional icing out there continuing. In the gorge, ice storm warning, because we will get additional icing with those colder temperatures there. And then winter weather advisories in the mountains of eastern Oregon, although the snow level will be going up. The winds, however, will not be coming down. They continue to blow strongly in the gorge and in the Portland area. And these east winds continue through tomorrow, right on into Saturday and even early Sunday before they start to back off. So we're going to stay on the east wind program for a while. However, when we look at the satellite imagery and you look offshore, you see a lot of cloud out here, but the next system doesn't really take shape to bring us any more precipitation until late Saturday and into Sunday. So yes, we will get a break from the falling rain, snow, ice, etc. East winds continue. You can see on the map here the guidance that there's really no precipitation at all coming through us through Friday, and even potentially a little bit of clearing. All right, so we're looking for some warm weather, right? So let's just run the map out till the middle of next week, and this is when we see it. This is a week from today. Next Thursday, warm, dry pattern. Looks like it's going to develop around the northwest. Hopefully we'll be able to hang on to that. I know that's a long way out there, but hey, why not a glimmer of warmth, right? 34 degrees in Portland right now. East winds at 22 miles an hour. All right, on the coast, it's warm enough there for just rain. No freezing there. Temperature staying overnight, even down around 40, then highs in the mid to upper 40s on the coast. In the valleys, rain tonight and partly sunny down the valley tomorrow with highs around 40. Salem and Corvallis, you still drop to around freezing, but the rain will be ending, and I really don't anticipate much more, if any, additional icing. Snow and freezing rain in the Cascades tonight. The snow level on the rise to about 6,000 feet. 35 at Govey, 32 at Timberline tomorrow. Central and eastern Oregon, mostly cloudy, and there'll be some freezing rain early up around Pendleton, but then that should end. And in the gorge, east winds, look at that, gusts to 65 miles an hour. Ice, freezing rain tonight, but it will taper off late, and then just cloudy and dry tomorrow, and windy and cold. And then freezing rain tonight, but that'll end again about 10 o'clock or so. Tomorrow's high 39, but after that we're in the 40s, so things will get better. Today's just a little bit of one of those days where it's like we were all waiting for it to get better. Yeah. I thought it would get better today, and it didn't, so it's a little disappointing after a long, long week.
Well, at least the East Wind program has an expiration date.
Yeah, it's out there, but it's got a half-life of 10,000 years, it feels like.
Thanks, Matt.
It'll come.
Yeah.